You recall the story out of Louisiana about that Republican lawmaker who was very upset to find out that the educational reform she had passed would also fund Muslim schools, not just Christian schools. Well, over at, I think it's the Washington Monthly, people have been digging in also to the other aspects of this Bobby Jindal education reform. You know, we've heard the idea of vouchers and charter schools are all a function of trying to find new solutions and accountability for education. Well, it turns out that there is no, of the vouchers that schools get in Louisiana, according to Ed Kilgore, there is no holding of any of the private school beneficiaries accountable for results or for common curricula or much of anything. In other words, you can say that the public schools are failing. You take money that was earmarked for these public schools, you give it as a little bit of a rebate, I guess, to people who want to send their kids to private schools or Christian schools, and there's no accountability for those other schools. A big chunk of the money is already out there, is being snapped up by conservative evangelical schools with exotic and hardly public-minded curricular offerings, with the theory being that any public oversight would interfere with the accountability provided by the market. Reuters goes on to talk about some of these schools. The school willing to accept the most voucher students, 314, is New Living World in Ruston. It has a top-ranked basketball team, but no library. Students spend most of the day watching TVs in bare-bones classrooms. Each lesson consists of an instructional DVD that intersperses biblical verses with subjects such as chemistry or composition. At Eternity Christian Academy in Westlake, pastor-turned-principal Marie Carrier hopes to secure extra space to enroll 135 voucher students, though that she now has room for just a few dozen. Her 1st through 8th grade students sit in cubicles for much of the day and move at their own pace through Christian workbooks, such as a beginning science text that explains, quote, what God made on each of the 6 days of creation. They are not exposed to the theory of evolution. We try and stay away from all those things that might confuse our children, says Carrier. Your tax dollars, via vouchers, funding these schools that are supposedly better than public schools. The Louisiana Budget Project says that Louisiana requires virtually no accountability from voucher schools. Voucher students are required to take the same assessment tests as public school students, but there are no penalties for private schools if they fail to measure up to their public counterparts. In fact, Governor Jindal vetoed language in 2011 appropriations bill that would have removed participating schools if their students' scores lagged those in the lowest performing schools in the Recovery School District, which incorporates most New Orleans public schools. In other words, you can suck as a private parochial school, still qualify for funding from the state, whereas if you're that bad and you're a public school, they start to chip away at your funding. Enjoy, Louisiana. I don't know how stupid you are now, but you're about to get a lot stupider. Unbelievable. Vouchers are all about making schools better for the kids. Why would you not give poor people the same opportunity to go to a private, albeit crappy private school with tax dollars, destroying the public school system?